week on Sweet Ruca, we find ourselves in a fog created by the Sahara Desert. We take full advantage of time at the dock to upgrade our solar. The windlass we ordered doesn't work out as planned, and stay tuned to see if Curtis finally makes it to the top of the mast. I'm Kate. This is Curtis and Roxy the dog. This is our tiny home, Sweet Ruca. We left everything to sail around the world without going through the canal. You heard me right. Cape Horn and the Cape of Good Hope. Click subscribe and come along for the ride. We needed to climb our way back to St. Thomas to accomplish more boat projects, but first we decided to check out the port of Christiansted, and left Frederiksted without waiting for the weather to be good. It rained a lot, and the wind blew on the nose, but the swell was low, and thus we headed towards the north side of St. Croix to check out this historic town.
It's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies ain't too gray, we're gonna be okay.
We make our way through the narrow split channel behind the reef into Christiansted, and upon entering by dinghy, we are greeted by a large yellow fort right on the waterfront. The fort was built from the remnants of a French fort that had been destroyed in a hurricane. It served as a customs house where newly embarked Africans were auctioned off into slavery. Today you can tour the fort as a museum as you walk along the boardwalk. We're right here in downtown Christiansted, and some of it is national park. It was originally owned by the Danes, at least, you know, the first Europeans that came over. Yeah, we're checking it out. We're just walking around, and they have one of the nicest boardwalks in the Caribbean we hear, so we're gonna go check it out. Let's go. It was a town originally settled in by the Danes, and was built with a mix of old and new colorful buildings along the boardwalk that created a lovely charm. The town was founded by settlers in 1733 and was chosen because it would be one of the best locations to build plantations. The streets were formed in a grid which comes from a traditional Baroque style, but was left without a town square, and thus 2 market squares were added for the sale of produce.
Wait, there's sugar here.
The streets of Christiansted are representative of the Danish provincial towns in that the houses were low with somewhat wide plots. However, the style of buildings resembled a more contemporary Spanish, French, and English town, of each building have distinctive character. Wide 2-story houses were built with an archway facing the street and a hipped roof for the wind to glance off. Others consisted of 2-story brick with a warehouse or shop behind. The basket handle arch became a consistent feature in the town. These features probably became consistent due to the skilled craftsmen with incredible building knowledge that were in charge of the building, as opposed to architects. Well, what would yours be, Curtis, before you die?
Sail around the world via the Capes. What would yours be, Kate?
I gotta think on that one.
All right, let's think and walk. Roxy is on the prowl for these chickens and roosters. She is all over it. She's not going to let one of these roosters get her French fries. She's guarding the table.
It's a French fry fight. French fry fight. Say that 3 times fast.
French fry fight? Cheers.
After touring downtown Christiansted, we decided to take a little dinghy tour and take advantage of the clear water to check out what appeared to be a sunken barge, as well as a sailboat, no doubt lost to a hurricane.
It looks like an old barge or something.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Right there.
Boat.
Spooky. There's Sweet Ruca. No. Oh, there's Sweet Ruca. Right in the sunset. When we first arrived, we noticed on our AIS that our buddy from Muskegon, Michigan, and fellow Melgus 24 racer was in town captaining the large sailing super yacht he's in charge of. We stopped by to have a sundowner on the deck and enjoy perhaps some of the most beautiful sunsets we've ever seen. Well, playtime was over, and it was time to get back to the boat projects we had been neglecting. We threw the fishing line out, but could only catch one thing, as you'll see. What'd you catch, Curtis?
We don't know yet. We're reeling them in now.
My favorite part of the show,
Yeah! Look at that! One big giant hunk of seaweed! Fishing, baby.
We try to have fun in our relationship. This is one way.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with a splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing and blink. I can go for some weeping too. Hey, baby.
All right, we are making some burritos. It's food time.
Don't forget the salsa.
It is lunchtime on the Sweet Ruca. We are headed between St. Croix and St. Thomas, and in here are some burritos. Let's check them out. Oh yeah, there we go. Woo. All right. All right, boat lunch. Whoa.
Yay.
There you go, babe.
Yummers. So we are headed to St. Thomas from St. Croix today. And we started off with more of a beam reach and work our way downwind a little bit. It's been blowing about 15 knots and we've just had, I don't know, pretty good weather. We've been able to see in the clouds the Sahara dust that they keep talking about. There's these orangey, reddy clouds, which I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna try to point the camera at them. You can kind of see it just over the mountains right there. A wise cruiser once said, "You'll have a new problem each day. If you don't have one today, you'll have two tomorrow." We were expecting some packages to arrive in St. Thomas and decided to make the sail up there to receive them and begin the hard work. On our list was installing a new autopilot, finding the refrigeration leak, adding more solar, replacing the windlass, and a quick personal rig inspection, to name a few. First up was meeting with the fridge guy by once again entering a narrow channel into the working dock of Independent Boat Yard. Sadly, it was all for naught, as the fridge guy could not discover the leak. But after some solid teamwork between Curtis and I found the leak with my ears and we were able to tighten the fitting. It seemed to help the fridge work for a little while longer anyway. Hopefully no more days crawling back into the garage to refill with 134A. Next we moved over to the busy land of Charlotte Amalie and Yacht Haven Grand to grab a dock. We had our packages shipped there and knew they would be safe until we arrived to pick them up. We also figured the dock would be a nice steady place to install the new solar panels and windlass. First up was the solar panels. We replaced our one large 160 watt solar panel on the transom as it had sustained some damage and replaced it with 3 100 watt solar panels. We plugged them in and watched the energy come in like a charm.
We have the power today. So what you can see right here is watts on the top and amps on the bottom. This is our combined solar and wind power. Our total power between everything is 950 watts is what it's capable of in high winds and full sun. But right now we're definitely bringing some power in. We love it.
Swimming off the dock is not recommended in such a busy bay, and so we took full advantage of the dock and enjoyed the pool at the marina to celebrate a job well done.
We are here in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and we are going to replace our windlass today. You guys ready to go check it out? Come on. As you can see, we've got some windlass parts that are all taken apart there. That is the old windlass, and in that box we've got our brand new windlass, which was just shipped down from Defender in Connecticut. We're hoping to get it put in today. This front hole right here is where the chain comes through, and this is the mount where the windlass motor comes through. So we're really hoping that our new windlass fits these same holes because we don't want to drill anymore. Let's open this box and see what we got for us.
We began by taking all the pieces out of the boxes in strong anticipation for the new windlass, as our old one had finally failed and we sat on a borrowed mooring. Not to mention the windlass got lost in the mail twice through Amazon before we finally ordered from Defender. There was a lot of excitement that we would finally be able to head out again.
Right, I guess first things first, let's take a look here. Oh boy. That's not good, huh? It's not gonna work. Alright, so bad news. This windlass will not fit the existing holes on our boat without a lot of fiberglassing. It's really unfortunate because I even called Lumar tech support and asked them, and they said it should fit no problem. It's not even in the same ballpark. So we're gonna have to figure out something else.
After weeks of waiting, we decided not to deal with the struggle of shipment and pulled out the fiberglassing tools to seal the deck and drill new holes for the windlass that we received. It took a couple extra days and some hard work, but the end result turned out really well. Kurt geared up with the helmet and head cam to do an inspection of the mast and rigging. We were hoping to get more sailing in, and we felt it was prudent to do a once-over on such an important piece to our sailboat. Being Kurt's first time up the mast, he was rather excited to get the bird's eye view. Kurt's first time up the rig.
Got a winch handle ready?
It's all oceans of our
Okay, start cranking.
of everything we are and what we belong to, how we reach our
Going.
destination.
Going. More.
Shadows fading.
Good job, babe. Keep going. few more feet to the first spreader.
almost falling from the sky. And the
Okay, hold there. Pick up tension on blue.
Woo. We fly, fly with courage and bravado.
While up there, he is looking for chafing of halyards, dings in the mast from shackles, any damage to the spreaders, and rust, nicks, or corrosion in the rod rigging.
Love will guide us safe to shore.
I think I'll just wait for all the waves to go by.
The boat feels rocky when waves hit the hull, but the feeling is multiplied when you're at the top of the mast. This can be tricky to handle while out at sea, and is best done in a protected port like we're doing here.
May we never be like strangers, never be afraid in fear of each other.
He also checks the vertical column of the mast to make sure it's straight. On the very top, he will look at the Windex and its wires to make sure it's good to go. And finally, any other moving parts that might be going bad and need a replacement.
Gotta get the selfie. We're up here doing a little rig inspection before we head a few hundred miles south to Grenada. So we figured today is a good day to check things out. So far, we made it to the top and everything looks great. Take a look around with us. All right, let's say hi to Kate down there. Hey, Kate.
Hey Kurt,
Ready to come back down pretty soon?
pretty soon. You enjoying it up there?
How are your muscles?
Oh, I feel swole.
Whew, that was fun. I like it up there. I can't feel my right leg. Oh, Kate, wonderful job cranking big 200 some pound Curtis up the mast. How do you feel?
Swole. Tired. No, it was a good workout. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be honest.
Sweet Ruca rig is looking really good up there. The view is excellent. We looked at all of the places where the shrouds came into contact with the spreaders and where the sails could come into contact with the spreaders. Everything looks really good. We looked at all the lines, no chafing anywhere. We're looking good.
After the Windlass was installed and working, and all of our other projects were done, we moved off the mooring ball and anchored for one more night before deciding to sail back down to St. Croix and do more diving before eventually sailing on to Grenada.
It's not your fault that the desert. All the bad
Good job, new Windlass. Goodbye, Charlotte and Molly. Until next time. What appeared to be a clear day soon turned into a thick fog of red dust that had crossed the Atlantic Ocean from Africa and made it all the way to the Caribbean. We might not have needed masks for COVID on the boat, but we were now using them to keep the Sahara dust out. Stay tuned for next week to find out more.